Alright, good day student. What we have today is finding the square root of imperfect numbers. So how do we find the square root of imperfect numbers? We will use the formula of this type, the square root of z plus in bracket s minus the z divided by 2 square root of z. So this is the formula we are to use in this case where z is equals to closest perfect number which will give us a perfect square. So in this case z is the closest perfect number which will give us a perfect square, and then x, as you can see, x is equals to the given number. So in this case we are, in order to use this formula and be able to get an accurate answer or near accurate answer when we are finding the square root of a number, for example the square root of 11, we have to do what? We have to do decimal digit adjustment in order to get accuracy or near accuracy by using this formula. In order to get near accurate answer, we are to perform decimal digit adjustment. We'll come to that. So in order to get a perfect or near accurate answer, we have to perform decimal digit adjustment. If we are to use this formula to find the square root of imperfect numbers, so let's go. Can kill in here. Let's use it to find the square root of 11. Let me write the formula here. Z plus x minus z divided by 2 the square root of z. So for example, if you are given the square root of 11, how do you find the square root of 11? So the first example, you are required to find the square root of 11. The first thing is just write 11. Since z is the closest number, a perfect number that will give us a perfect square, so which number that is closest to 11 that will give us a perfect square? We have 16 here and we have 9. So if you move how many will you move to the right? You move 5 times in order to get 16. So how many will you move to the left in order to get 9? You have to move 2, because 11 minus 2 will give us 9. So with this, you see that 9 is the closest perfect square, perfect number that will give us a perfect square. So in this case our z is equals to 9, and in this case x is equals to what? 11. So with this formula, all you need to do is to put the values in the formula, which give us the square root of 9 plus in bracket 11 minus 9 divided by 2 the square root of 9. So from here we have 3 plus 11 minus 9 will give us what? Will give us 2 divided by the square root of 9 is 3. 3 times 2 will give us 6. So you have 2 over 6. From here we have 3 plus, it can still simplify to give us 1 over 3. And from here we have 3 plus 0.33, because we have to approximate our answer to 2 decimal. So from here we have 3.33. Because from here we got the, using this formula, what we have is 3.33. So but we don't know if this is actually the square root, sorry, the value of the square root of 11. So the next thing we have to do is that because of decimal digit error, as I have said earlier, we will test our answer for accuracy. So we have to test this answer for accuracy. How do we test it for accuracy? To test this for accuracy, we have to find its square. Find the square of this number. Test it for accuracy. So we have to find the square of this number. And we know that 3 point, this work we are doing is without calculator. We are solving it without calculator. So 3.33 is the same as 333 squared divided by, how many digits do you move? Half 100 squared. So they are the same. All you need to do is, since you are not using a calculator, you have to find the square of 333 squared. Find the square of 333 and divide it by 10,000. So from here, let's find the square of 333. So in this case we may use the method of, if you have been following my lesson, we use the method of digits moving to the row movement to the left. That is one digit to the left for each row. So all you need to do is to perform square on the first row. In this case, 3 square will give us 9. Again is 3 squared, we have 9. Again is 3 squared, we have 9. Then all you need to do is to move digit into 3 places and sum up. So in this case we have 9, 8 carry 1, 27, 28 carry 2, 18, 20 carry 1, 2. 9 plus 2 will give us 11. So you sum up. We have treated this in the last lesson. You can check our last lesson, how you perform square on digits that have the same numbers. So this is one of the methods we use in that lesson. So from here we have 11,0889 divided by 10,000, and this will give us what? 11.0889. Then you see that in this case, for you to know that your answer is correct, for decimal this adjustment, the first digit here, once you are multiplying, notice that this is not exactly 11. We have 0889. For a decimal digit adjustment, the first digit here must be 0. The second digit must be less than 5. If the second digit is less than 5, you don't need decimal adjustment. But because the second digit is greater than 5, we must do decimal adjustment to find the exact or close value of the square root of 11. So let's go do that. I hope you are following. In order to perform digit adjustment, all you need to do is to take this decimal part, call it decimal digit adjustment. Decimal digit adjustment. So in order to perform decimal digit adjustment, all you need to do is to take this decimal part, 0.0889, multiply it by 0.1, and that will give us 0.00889. So the next thing you have to do is, this value now you get, you have to subtract it from 0.33. That is the decimal digit adjustment. In this case, you have 0.33 minus 0.00889. So remember, there is empty boxes here, so you have to fill it with 0. All you need to do is you carry 1 from 3, put it here, that gives us 10. Carry 1 from 10, what left? 9 were left. Put here, give us 10. Carry 1 from 10, what we left? 9. Put it here, give us 10. 10 minus 9 will give us 1. 9 minus 8 will give us 1. 9 minus 8 will give us 1. Remember, you carry 1 from 3, so what left is 2. And then you write 3.0. So when you do this decimal digit adjustment, this is the final answer you got. The next thing is to add this number you get to the 3, because 3 is the whole part of the result you get here. This number you get, add it to 3, so that this implies that the square root of 11 is equals to, take this number 3 plus 0.3211, and that gives us 3.3211. You can use approximation. Therefore, the square root of 11 is equals to 3 is equals to 3.32 to 2 decimal places. You can confirm it using your calculator. You see that the value of the square root of 11 is approximately 3.32 to 2 decimal places. So that is how you can get a near accurate answer by performing a decimal digit adjustment. The first step you have to do is to solve the given square root using this formula, and once you get that, you have to test the answer for decimal digit error by squaring the answer you got and observe the decimal part of the answer. If the decimal part of the answer, the first digit is not equals to 0 or is equals to 0 but the second digit is greater than 5, then you have to perform a decimal digit adjustment. In the case of the first digit is equals to 0 and the second digit is less than 5, you don't need to perform a decimal digit adjustment. So let's go for second example. This decimal digit adjustment only reoccur in most cases in tenth and the unit digit. If you go to 100 digits, that is, maybe you are looking for 123. In many cases, you don't need digit adjustment. From 100, 1000 or so, you may not need a decimal digit adjustment to approximate the answer to 2 decimal places. That's why it's good to test the answer if you are finding the square root of imperfect number, unit or 10th digit. So it's always good to perform a decimal digit adjustment. So look at second example, the square root of 5. So 5 here, what perfect number that will give us a perfect square that is near 5? We have 4 here and we have 9 here. The closest is 4. You only need to move 1 digit to the left. If you are moving to the right, you need to move 4 digits. So 4 is the closest. In this case, Z is equals to 4 and S is equals to 5. So using this formula, you have the square root of 4 plus in this case 5 minus 4 divided by 2 in bracket 4. So from here, all you need to do is you have 2. The square root of 4 is 2 plus 5 minus 4 will give us 1 divided by square root of 4 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. So you have 2 plus 1 over 4 is equals to what? 1 divided by 4, it can go, you have 0 and push dot. Multiply by 10, give us 10. 10 divided by 4 will give us 2. Remainder 2. Into 2 it can go, you multiply by 10, give us 20. 20 divided by 4 will give us 5. So you have 2.25. So at this point, you are not quite sure if this is the square root of 5. In this case, you have to, because of the decimal error here. What I mean decimal digit error, it means here. somewhere here. Because of it, you have to test your answer for accuracy. Test your answer for what? Accuracy. If you want to get a near accurate answer, you have to first test your answer for accuracy and do a decimal digit adjustment. So from here, to test it, we have to square our answer. This is the same as 225 divided by 100 all squared, and this will give us 225 squared divided by 10,000. So what the next thing we have to do? From here, we have to find the square root of 225. 225. The digits are not the same, so you won't use that method. So for this method now, because we are doing this with our calculator, 5 times 5 will give us 25. I write 5 and carry 2. 5 times 2 will give us 10 plus 2, 12. I write 2, carry 1. 5 times 2 will give us 10 plus 1, 11. 2 times 5 will give us 10. I write 0, carry 1. 2 times 2 will give us 4 plus 1, 5. 2 times 2 will give us 4. Hope you are seeing it. These are below 1. So because these are 2 digits, they are the same, you have to repeat this. So you can repeat it 0, 5, 4. You see it, they are the same, so you have to repeat it and add up. This gives us 5. 2 plus 0 will give us 2. 1 plus 5 will give us 6, plus 0 will give us 6. This will give us 5. 5 plus 5 will give us 10. Write 0, carry 1. 4 plus 1 will give us 5. So you see that the square of 225 is equals to 50,625. So you bring it here, you have 50,625 divided by 10,000. So the next thing you have to do is to divide the answer you got by 10,000. So this will give us what? How many? 1, 2, 3, 4. So you move 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives us 5.0625. This is 0. So looking at your answer, you see that the first digit is 0, but the second digit is greater than 5. So with it, you have to perform a digit adjustment. To perform a digit adjustment, all you need to do is take the decimal part of your result you got and multiply it by, perform a decimal digit adjustment. And then let me bring it up. I can clean here. So what we got is we have 5.0625. Here we have 2.25. So let's perform a decimal digit adjustment. So the next is to perform decimal digit adjustment, abbreviation. So from here, all you need to do is to take the decimal part of the result 0.0625 and multiply by 0.1. That gives us 0.00625. So the next thing you have to do is to subtract this from decimal part of 2, which is 2.5. 0.25 minus 0.00625. So you subtract it, because this here is empty, you have to fill it with 0. In that case, carry 1 from 5, put here, what left? 4 left. Carry 1 from 10, put here, that give us 10. Carry 1 from 10, what left? 9, put here, that give us 10. So 10 minus 5 will give us 5. 9 minus 2 will give us what? 7. 9 minus 6 will give us 3. Remember, you carry 1 from here, so 4 left. 4 minus 0 will give us 4. You bring it down 2. So that gives us 0.24375. So finally, once you get this answer, you add it to 2. Finally, you have 2 plus 0.24375, and that will give us 2.24375. So in this case, this is your answer. So once you arrive at this point, you have already gotten what you are looking for. In that case, the square root of 5, you can approximate this. This is the same. This is approximate equals to 2.43. To what? To 2 decimal place. So once you approximate it, that gives us 2.43. 2.24. 2.24. So the square root of 5 is equals to 2.24 to 2 decimal places. That is what you are required to solve. You can use your calculator to confirm it. From your calculator, you will be getting something 5. The square root of 5 will be approximately equals to 2.236067 99775. So when you approximate it to 2 decimal places, it will be 2.24, which is the correct approximation. Have any question? Let's look at another example. Using this formula to find the square root of imperfect numbers. The third example is finding the square root of 31. How do we find the square root of 31? So the third example is the square root of 31. How can you use this formula to find the square root of 31? The first thing you have to ask yourself is, what perfect number that has a perfect square that is close to 31? Here we have 25. Here we have 36. So looking at it, you only need to move 5 digits to the right to get 36. Here you have to move how many? 25. You have 6. You have to move 6 left to get 25. So you see that 36 is closest. So Z here become what? 36, and X is equals to 31. So with this formula, you have to put square root of 36 plus in bracket 31 minus 36 divided by 2, the square root of 36. So from here, what is the next thing you have to do? The square root of 36 will give you, find the decimal part of it. Let's do that. Can we do that? 5 divided by 12 is equals to what? You can perform a long division in order to get it. So you have 5 here, you have 12. 5 into 5 divided by 12. Can it go? Because you are doing this without a calculator, so you have to do everything using the method you learn, including division, long division. 5 divided by 12 can go, so I put 0. and put dot here and multiply it by 10. Give us 50. So 50 divided by 5 will give us 4. 4 times 12 will give us 48. You subtract. And then 50 minus 48 will give us 2. 2 divided by 12 can go, so I multiply it by 10. I have 20. So 20 divided by 12 will give us what? 1. 1 times 12 will give us 12. You subtract. And that gives us 8. So 8 divided by 12, can it go? No. So you multiply 8 by 10. And that gives us 80. 80 divided by 12 will give us what? 6. 6 times 12 will give us what? You have 2. You carry 1, 72. So we have to stop here. We take this, so you have to put it here. You have 6 minus 0.416. Do the subtraction. You can use this, will give us 6.000. You have 0.416. You subtract using vertical method. Carry 1 from 6, put here, it give us 10. Carry 1 from 10, remaining 9, put here, give us 10. Carry 1 from 10, remaining 9, put it here, give us 10. 10 minus 6 will give us 4. 9 minus 1 will give us 8. 9 minus 4 will give us 5. Remember, you carry 1 here, so what left is 5. You write 5 down. So that is our step. So in this case, all of this we do here. Once we subtracted it and do everything as you have seen, we have 5.584. Then let's clean the board. Having gotten 5.584, we will choose our answer approximately, because we are approximating to 2 decimal places to be 5.58. So in this case, after performing all our operation, we have this result to be approximately equals to 5.58. But we don't know that if this answer is the correct one because of the decimal error. Because of prone to decimal error, we have to do what? Perform a digit. We have to square our answer to find out if actually our answer is correct. That is, to make sure that our answer is correct, we have to square this answer. Test the answer for accuracy. So test your answer for accuracy. So the next is to square this answer, 5.58 squared. In this case, you have 558 divided by 100 squared, and this will give us 558 squared divided by 10,000. So what is the next thing you have to do? Because all we are doing, you are not using calculator, so you have to find the square of this answer, which is 558. Multiply. So 8 times 8 will give us 64. You write 4, carry 6. 8 times 5 will give us what? 40 plus 6, 46. You write 6, carry 4. 8 times 5 will give us 40 plus 4 will give us 44. 5 times 8 will give us 40. You write 0, carry 4. 5 times 5 will give us 25 plus 4 will give us 29. You write 9, carry 2. 5 times 5 will give us what? 25 plus 2, 27. So once you arrive here, notice that these two are the same. So you have to repeat this row. Remember, you are moving one digit to the row to the left. This is the first row. The second row, you move 1 digit, not here. You move 1 digit, it comes under 6. The next is to be 0, 9, 7, 2. You are repeating it because they are the same. So you need to do is to move 1 digit to the left and repeat the same answer. So you add up, you have 4, 6, 3, 4 plus 9 will give us 13. You write 3, carry 1. From here, put that one here immediately. That give us 10. 10 plus 7 will give us 17. Plus 4 will give us 21. You write 1, carry 2. 2 plus 7 will give us 9. Plus 2 will give us 11. You write 1, carry 1. 2 plus 1 will give us 3. So here you have what? 3, 1, 1, 3, 6, 4 divided by 10,000. So what is the next thing? You have to return your answer to decimal form. It is in the fraction form. So return your answer to decimal form. Here we have what? Moving how many digits? 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 31.1364. So you see your answer is this one is not correct, because once you have squared it, notice that it is a bit higher than 31. The first digit is not equal to 0. For answer to be correct, your first digit must be equal to 0, and the second digit must be less than 5. Since the first digit is not equal to 0, you have to perform decimal digit adjustment. You have to do what? Perform decimal digit adjustment. So how do we perform decimal digit adjustment? All you need to do is to take the decimal part of 31, which is 0.1364, and multiply it to 0.1. That gives us 0.01364. Once you arrive at this answer, the next thing is to take this answer you got and subtract it from 5.8. Subtract it from 5.8. So you are working with the decimal. So you bring 0.58, bring your answer 0.01364. Fill this with zeros and subtract. So from here, carry 1 from 8, put here. What left? 7. We left. Carry 1 from 10, put here. What we left? 9. Carry 1 from 10, put here. What we left? 9. Give us 10. When you carry 1 from here, put here, become 10. 10 minus 4 will give us 6. 9 minus 6 will give us 3. 9 minus 3 will give us 6. Is it not? So 7 minus 1 will give us 6. 5 minus 0 will give us 5. So that is it. And this is approximately equal to 0.57. Because your answer should be in 2 decimal places. So the next thing is add this to 5. Because this decimal adjustment, you have completed the decimal adjustment. So that will be 5 plus 0.57, and this gives us 5.57. So the square root of that one is equals to 5.57 to 2 decimal places. So that is it. Have any question? This is how you can get a near accurate answer by checking your answer after using this formula, and then perform decimal digit adjustment. Once you perform the decimal digit adjustment, whatever you get, subtract it from the result of from the decimal result you get here. Decimal result, not the answer, from the decimal part of the result you get here. And once whatever you get, add it to the whole number of whatever result you have here. That is the approximate value of the square root of the x you are looking for to 2 decimal places. So you have any question? If you use a calculator to find the value of that one, if you use a calculator, since we are not using calculator to solve this, sorry, you'll be getting 5.5677643628. So when you approximate it to 2 decimal, it will be 5.57. Have any question? So we are through with the unit and the tenth. Let us look at the hundredth, finding the square root of a 100-digit number. Let's find the square root of 167. You know our topic is imperfect numbers. So the next thing you have to do is to write 167 and put dash here. What number, perfect number, that will give us a perfect square that is near 167? Here we have 169, and then here we have 144. The distance from here is just 2, and the distance from here is more than 2. This gives us 23. So 169 is very close. In that case, z is equals to 169 and x is equals to 167. Put it in the formula. You have the square root of 169 plus in bracket 167 minus 169 divided by 2 in bracket 169. So from here you have 13 plus 167 minus 169 will give us minus 2. So plus minus is minus. So in this case you put minus here, minus 2 in bracket. The square root of 169 will give us 13. 13 times 2 will give us 26. So from here we have 13 minus 1. 2 divided itself will give us 1. 26 divided by 2 will give us 13. So that is it. The next thing is to find the decimal part of this. Convert this to decimal. Since it's now in the fraction form, you have to convert it to decimal. To do that, since we are not using a calculator, you have to perform long division. In that case, you have 13, have 1 here. 1 divided by 13, it cannot go, so I put 0 here and multiply by 10. I have 10. 10 divided by 13, it cannot go. I add 0 here and multiply by 10. That gives us 100. So 100 divided by 13. That is how many 13 are in 100? There is likely to be 7. Because 7 times 13 is equals to 1. 7 times 3 will give us 21. Right? 1 carry 2. 7 times 1 is 7 plus 2 will give us 9. So you write 9 because 7 times 13 is 91. You subtract. 100 minus 91 will give us 9. Is it not? So 9 divided by 13, it cannot go, so you multiply it by 10 and we have 90. 90 divided by 13, since the nearest is 7 and we have 90, it's likely to be 6. 6 because we know that 6 times 13 will give us what? 6 times 3 will give us 18. I write 8 carry 1. 6 times 6 will give us 6 plus 1 will give us 7. So 6 times 13 will give us 78. You subtract. Carry 1, put here 10. 10 minus 8 will give us 2. 8 remain. 8 minus 7 will give us 1. So the next thing is to 12 divided by 13, it cannot go, so I multiply it by 10, and that gives us 12. 120. 120 divided by 13 is likely to be 9, because 9 times 13, 9 times 3 will give us 27. I write 7, carry 2. 9 times 1 is 9 plus 2 will give us 11. So this is where we stop. So we are getting 4 digits we needed. Then return to this place. I can clean here. Have any questions? So from here we have 13 minus 0.0769. So do the subtraction. 13 minus 0.069. You can put it in vertical form to enable you to do the subtraction. So in this case, you have 13 points. How many decimal? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 digits. 0, 0, 0, 0. So you bring this number 0.0769. You subtract it. Carry 1 from 13. What left is 12. You put the 1 here. It becomes 10,000. Carry 1 from this 10 here. What will left? 9. You put it here. It becomes 10 if you are talking of tens. Carry 1 from 10. What left? 9. Put it here. It becomes 10. Carry 1 from 10. Put it here. It becomes 10. 10 minus 9 will give us 1. 9 minus 6 will give us 3. 9 minus 7, 2. What left here? After you carry 9. 9 minus 0 is 9. What left here? 12. So, in this case, you have, if you do the subtraction, you have 12.9231. In that case, we have to take our answer to 3 decimal places. So, the square root of 167, you don't need decimal digit adjustment in many cases. If you are talking of 100,000 and so, this is approximately equals to 12.923 to 3 decimal places. So you can use your calculator to confirm it. You can confirm it with your calculator that the square root of 167 is equals to, from calculator, you have 12.9228 479833. So if you do it to 3 decimal, from here you have 12.923 to 3 decimal places. Have any question? In many cases, it's always good to approximate here answer if you are looking for the square root of imperfect square numbers in the 100 or 1000 to 3 or 4 decimal places in many cases. But if it's 10th or unit, maybe 2 decimal places. In some cases, if you unit 1 decimal, if you are not allowed calculator. But if it's 100, thousands or more, always in 3 decimal or 4 decimal places. So that is the answer today. Finding the square root of 167 using a calculator. You see it, but we are not allowed to use calculator. So our answer is 12.923 to 3 decimal places. Let's look at the 5th example. The 5th example, you are required to find the square root of 3247. How do we find the square root of 3247? Find the square root of 3247. Write the number 3247. The trick here is, looking at this number here, you can see there is you can get very close number here is between 36 and 49. 36 and 49 is likely to give us our range of what we are looking for. So since 36 is a square of 6. So you having 6 here as the unit part, having 7 here as the unit part. Looking at 32, the closest is you have 5. It's likely to be 5 because you have taken the value of the unit that is closest to 47, which is 36, and the 49 for the perfect squares. So here we can have 5 for here and there 5. So if you check it, you see that the square of 57 and the square of 56 square and the 57 square are the lower limit perfect number that will give us a perfect square, and the upper limit perfect number that will give us a perfect square, in which 3247 is in between. So now all you need to know is, if you find the square of 57, you have 3249. See it very close. If you find the square of this, you have 3136, which is also 36, very close. So now all you need to do, how many digits do you have to move to get to 57? You only need 2, because this is 3247, 3249, so you need 2. How many you need to move to get here? 7 minus 6 will give us 1, 4 minus 3 will give us 1, 2 minus 1 will give us 1. So you need to move 111 to get to 56. Therefore this is very close. In that case, our z is equals to 57, and our x is equals to 57 squared, which is 3247. That gives us 324749, and our s is equals to 3247. So once we arrive at this, the next thing is to use the formula to find the close square root of 3247. Using this formula, you have the square root of 57 squared already, so that it can cancel out, plus in bracket you have 3247 minus 3249 divided by 2 in the square root 57 squared. So from here you have the square root of 57 squared is 57. The sign cancel out. 3247 minus 3249, the difference is minus 2. Minus 2 divided by 2 times this will cancel out 57. The square root of 57 squared is the same as 57. So 57 times 2 will give us what? This will be 2 in bracket 57. So 2 will cancel 2. In this case, we have 57 minus 1 over 57. So you have to find this fraction. That is it. Using long division, you have to find the fraction using long division. So let's do that. If you use long division, you have 57. You have 1 here. So let's go. 1 divided by 57, it can go, you put 0 point and multiply by 10. We have 10. 10 divided by 57, can it go? It can go, so you add 0 here and multiply by 10. We have 100. So 100 divided by 57, that is how many 57 are in 100? We have only 1. 1 times 57 give us 57. You subtract. So carry 1 from 10, put here, it give us 10. 10 minus 7 will give us 3. Remember, when you carry 1, what left? 9. 9 minus 5 will give us 4. So 43 divided by 57, it cannot go. You multiply by 10. You have 430. So 430 divided by 57. If you do it, you have 7. Because 57 times 7, 7 times 7 is 49. You write 9, carry 4. 7 times 5 will give us 35, plus 4 will give us 39. So you have 399. So you subtract. What do you have? In this case, carry 1 from 4, put here, give us 13. Carry 1 from 13, put here, give us 10. 10 minus 9 will give us 1. When you carry 1 from 13, 12 left. 12 minus 9 will give us 3. Is it not? So 31 divided by 57, it cannot go. You multiply it by 10. You have 310. 310 divided by 10 divided by 57 will give us 5. Will give us what? 5. Because we know that 5 times 57, 5 times 7 will give us 35. I write 5 carry 3. 5 times 5 will give us 25, plus 3 will give us 28. So you subtract it to 285 from 310. What do you have? If you do that, carry 1 from 3, put here, give us 11. Carry 1 from 11, put here, give us 5. Give us 10. 10 minus 5 will give us 5. What left after you carry 1 from 11? 10 left. 10 minus 8 will give us 2. So 25. I hope you are following. 25 divided by 57, it cannot go. You multiply by 10. We have what? 250. We have what? 250. So 250 divided by 57, we have 4. Because 4 times 57, 4 times 7 will give us 28. I write 8 carry 2. 4 times 5 will give us 20 plus 2 will give us 22. So this is where we stop. So we have a very close approximation. Once we get to this point, you came to this area. Then this answer is equals to 57 minus 0.01754. So we clear here, we clean here. So the next thing is to use vertical method to subtract. Using vertical method to subtract, we have 57 point, how many digits? 1 2 3 4 5. 1 2 3 4 5. Bring this number, you have 0 point. You know the 0 is under 7 because it's a unit. 0.01754. This is 4. You subtract. So all you need to do is carry 1 from 7, put here, will give us 10. Carry 1 from 10, what left? 9. Put here, will give us 10. Carry 1 from 10, what left? 9. Put here, sorry, give us 10. Carry 1 from 10, put here, what left? 9. Carry 1 from 10, put here, what left? 9. So we have 10 here. 10 minus 4 will give us 6. 9 minus 5 will give us 4. 9 minus 7 will give us 2. 9 minus 1 will give us 8. 9 minus 0 will give us 9. When you carry 1 from here, what left is 56. So you bring 56 down. So that is it. When you get to this point, you already solve it. In that case, you may leave your answer to 56.9825. Because I told you, as you get higher number from 100,000, you can approximate the answer to 3 or 4 decimal places. So this is in 4 decimal places to 4 decimal place. Therefore, the square root of 3247 is equals to 56.9825 to 4 decimal places. Have any question? So that is it. If you use a calculator, you will get it to be 56. This 56 have 9824 534396. So you are using calculator. If you approximate it to 4 decimal places, it will be 56.9825 to 4 decimal place. So that is our answer. Have any question? This is how you can find the square root of imperfect numbers, whether unit, tenth, thousand, or as you go higher. All you need to do is, if it's tenth or unit, you may need digit adjustment. If it's hundred, thousands, you may not need this digit adjustment. So that is it. Have any question? Alright, let's look at another example. Next example is find the square root of 63. You are required to find the square root of 63. This is the example, the square root of 63. So you see, in this case, the nearest is that is our z here. Nearest is 64. So if you're going back, you have 49, which is very far. So the nearest is 64. In this case, z is what? 64, and s is what? 63. If you have been following up, this is very easy. Put it in the formula. You have the square root of 64 plus, in bracket, 63 minus 64 over 2, the square root of 64. And from here you have 8 minus 63 minus 64 will give us minus 1, divided by, this is 8 times 2 will give us 16. So the next is to convert this fraction part to what? Convert it to decimal using long division. 1/16. 1 divided by 16, it cannot go, have 0, put dot, multiply your answer by 10, you have 10. 10 divided by 16, it cannot go, add 0 here, multiply your answer by 10, you have 100. 100 divided by 16, how many 16 are in 100? It's likely to be 6. There are 6 16 in 100, because 16 times 6 will give us what? 6 times 6 will give us 36. You write 6, carry 3. 6 times 1 is 6 plus 3 will give us 9. So 96. You subtract 96 from 100. So 100 minus 96 will give us 4. 4 divided by 16, it cannot go, you multiply by 10, have 40. So 40 divided by 16, how many 16 are in 40? There is likely 2, because 16 times 2 will give us 32. So 32, you subtract. So 32, 40 minus 32 will give us what? Will give us 8. 8 divided by 16, it cannot go, you multiply by 10, that gives us 80. 80 divided by 16 will give us what? 5, because 16 times 5 will give us what? 5 times 6 is 30, you write 0, carry 3. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3, 8. So once you arrive at this point, you can no longer divide, because this 80 minus 80 is 0. So that is it. You bring it here, you have what? 8 minus 0.0625. Now the next thing is to subtract it. How do we subtract this decimal part from 8? The easiest way is use vertical method, so you can see which digit are you subtracting from. and then assign 8. This is 8. All the empty boxes with 0, as long as there are as many as there are digits of the one you have to subtract. 1 2 3 4. So 1 2 3 4, 0.0625. Then you subtract. You see, there's nothing to subtract here, so you have to carry 1 from 8. When you carry 1 or remove 1 from 8, it remains 7. You put it in front of the 0. If you are very fast, you know that this is 10,000 minus 625. But it will be difficult since you don't have calculator. Carry 1 from 10 here. What left is 9. You put the 1 here. So carry 1 from 10. What will left is 9. Put 1 here. Carry 1 from 10 here. What will left 9. Put it here. Once you get to this point, it can no longer carry. So 10 minus 5 will give us 5. 9 minus 2 will give us 7. 9 minus 6 will give us 3. 9 minus 0 is 9. Remember that is 7. Bring it down. So that is it. So once you get to this point, that is it. There's nothing again to do. You can approximate the answer to 7.94. These 2 digits to 2 decimal places. Sometimes you can do it in 3 decimal. So the square root of 63 is equals to 7.94 to 2 decimal places. So that is it. If you use calculator, you notice that there is not all the in cases that 2 decimal 10 unit can be performed this decimal adjustment. So if you use a calculator, you have, because the one that is near to a perfect, very close to a perfect number sometimes doesn't need a decimal digit adjustment. You have calculator, the answer will give you 7.9372539332. So that when you take it to 2 decimal places, it will be 7.94. So this is where we'll stop today. If you enjoyed this lesson, please kindly subscribe to my channel. You too can do this one. Do this. The square root of 44, the square root of 235, the square root of 7429. Do it using this method, and then the square root of 33. Alright, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Please, before you go, just kindly subscribe to my channel to encourage me to bring more videos for your views. Like and share. Go to our website at www.manzananews.com/ebook and buy books in algebraic and arithmetic processes. All these are treated in details. You enjoy the book. You can as well buy other books that will help you do well in mathematics. I hope you enjoyed this lesson. See you in the next lesson. Bye for now.